Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Let's turn up the desktop audio because we are getting music from Minecraft. So, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the game. I'm sorry that I'm wheezing at the moment. Where'd I put my inhaler? Put my inhaler somewhere. So, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be looking at the next stage of this, because in the last stream we finished off Subatomic and we got into this final age, which is GFDE, which is grind the gears, which requires us to have 42 awakened cores. We have solar crystals, which requires us to have 42 solar array controllers from tier 6, and we need an atomic multiplier to finish off the quest. So, the first things first, the environmental tech stuff we're going to start improving. Hey Nathan, welcome to the stream. We're going to start improving the environmental tech stuff. Now, before I started the stream, I did build the basic environmental tech stuff. The reason for that is, very, very early on, this takes a lot of time. Now, what I've done is I've done 2 ore controllers and a resource controller. The reason being that, again, like very early on, this just takes a ton of time to get anywhere. And the reason for that is we need these crystals. Both Erodium crystals and Lonsdale crystals. So we've had these 2 running overnight, basically. And I've gotten a whole bunch of these Erodium crystals. So I'm going to start the stream off by using these to make some crystal blocks. Now hopefully we'll have 6 crystal blocks. We do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the clear lenses from here. And I'm actually going to use the clear lens and the crystal blocks to make a crystal lens. And I always think this is the first thing you should do, is make a crystal lens. Because what this does is the crystal lens increases our chance of getting these crystals. So our chance of getting one of these crystals is normally 1.6%. We're going to take it up to 11%. So we're basically doing the equivalent of building 9 more of these by doing that. Now, admittedly, that's used up all of our crystals. But it's worth it. And these things were running overnight. And that's why I set these up between streams, because these things were running overnight. And that's kind of where we got with it, which is a bit silly. Other than that, I also set up a Wither Skeleton Killer, and I killed off some more withers using the Woot Farm. Hey, Luma Plays! Specifically because I wanted to get hold of... I sprained my arm on Halloween. Ooh, that sucks. Specifically because I wanted to get hold of some more bits and pieces. Now, while I was doing this, some people on the server, I mentioned that I was spawning... that Woot costs 4 crystals to spawn an Ender Dragon, and that I was going to poke Electrified about changing this down to 2 because you can spawn the Ender Dragon with 2. And people didn't know about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off the stream by showing you how you can spawn an Ender Dragon using just 2 of these crystals. So normally you'd use 4, and what you'd do is you pop them down in the corners, or pop them down on the edges of the end platform. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab a dispenser, button, some blocks, and a bucket of water. And I'll show you how it is extremely, extremely easy to spawn the Ender Dragon using just 2 crystals rather than 4. Now, because Woot uses 4 crystals instead of 2, I'm kind of tempted, especially because it requires both gas tiers and nether stars to build crystals. I'm very tempted just to fight the Ender Dragon for the number that we need. Now, we do need a lot of Ender Dragon kills. And the reason we need a lot of Ender Dragon kills, if I look up at Draconic. Now, bear in mind, we need to turn in 42 of these. Each of these requires 5 Awakened Draconium. And each Awakened Draconium costs us a bunch of Draconic cores, a bunch of Draconium, and a Dragon's Heart. And actually, that's not bad, because that gets us 4 blocks. So that's, what, 36? That's 36 Awakened Draconium. Divide that by 4, we've got 9. And we need 42. So we'd need to get 5 maybe 6 hearts together just to do the quest. It's actually not that bad. 6 hearts just to do the quest is not bad at all. So we're just going to sail across the end portal. We're going to head into the end, and I will just do the start of this stream. I'll just show you guys how to do a 2 crystal Enderman. Now, you can do this on... You can do this on unmodded. You can do this in vanilla if you are careful. But in modded, it is far, far easier to do this. Far, far easier to do this in modded. And what we'll do is I will show off sort of why and how it is so much easier to do this in modded. So we're just going to hop into the end. And I'll probably do two Ender Dragon fights, because the Ender Dragon fight is not particularly hard. So someone's already done one of them. This was one of the guys on the server. I was helping him figure out how it was done, or basically showing him how it was done. But what you need to do, especially if you've got modded, is you put a block there. You put the dispenser here, and you shift right click until it is pointing down. You then give it a bucket of water, a Odeon, and a button. And you push the water out and pull the water back in. And we make sure we've got our magnet on our hotbar so that we're not going to lose any of these items. And then what you would do normally, if it hadn't already been done, is you would do it again on this side. So we have these two opposite corners exposed. Really easy to do in modded because you've got the wrench. This was the guy figuring out how to do it in non-modded. You can technically stand here and place it on the underside of blocks that are placed here to point it down, so you can kind of stand in this little corner and like make it point down like that. But this guy just put a block up, put it here, broke that one, put it there, broke that one. Do make sure if you're doing it that way in vanilla that you bring extra buckets of water. So then, rather than having one crystal on each of these here, hey, Razor's Edge, we are going to pop that there, and that, with just 2 crystals, summons us a Ender Dragon. That easy. Now we can't destroy these things. What am I doing? I am doing a 2 crystal summon of the Ender Dragon just to show people how it's done. And hopefully I'll be able to convince the guy who created this mod pack to make Woot only cost 2 crystals, because Woot currently costs 4 crystals. And I don't agree with Woot costing 4 crystals. This is Mass Production Razor. Mass Production is a mod pack that I've actually come to really rather enjoy. It's, instead of having lots of little quests, like instead of having a quest to build this and a quest to build that and a quest to build the other, instead of having like a build one of everything in the game and complete 500 quests aesthetic, it's got a very much a SevTech style. You have limited mods. What was my most popular video? My most popular video was one of my Subnautica streams, which had quite a few thousand views. But instead of having like lots of little quests, like build one of these and build one of these and build one of these, it has a whole bunch of big quests. So, like in the starting era, in the starting period, one of the quests is to make a stack of 900 charcoal. Make 900 charcoal, or make 1,000 sugarcane, or something like that. So, in this final stage, we've got to make a whole bunch of draconic energy cores and Wow, my aim is terrible today. There we go. That wasn't too hard. Come on. Give me the heart, give me the heart, give me the heart, give me the heart. Thank you. Then we'll go and grab the experience from down around here. If you play Fortnite, you could get lots of views. No, that's a common misconception, Rashid. There are streamers of Fortnite who get a lot of views, but random people who stream Fortnite don't get a lot of views from nowhere. And as I often say to people, if you want to watch Fortnite, that's fine. There are people who stream Fortnite. I, however, do not enjoy the game, and it's a very big myth about this whole thing of, oh, stream Fortnite, you'll have 1,000 viewers in no time. Like, no. The people who are popular streaming Fortnite get 1,000 viewers from Fortnite because they're popular streaming Fortnite. Feel free to go on like Fortnite, the Fortnite listings on Twitch, and just have a look at, just scroll down. Don't look at the top people with thousands of views. Hey, EJ Gaming. Don't look at the people with thousands of viewers. Just scroll down a bit. And think that, like, okay, so, yeah, there's people at the top who have 10,000 viewers. There's also a huge stack of people who have, like, there's probably, I'd have guessed, probably a couple of thousand streamers of Fortnite who have less than 5 viewers. Exactly. So, we put the bucket in, we put the button on, blop. Push the button again. And then the hard thing in vanilla is making sure we don't lose these items, but in modded not so difficult, because we have a magnet. And then again, exactly the same thing, bloop. And as I said, if you were playing in vanilla, what you would do is you'd put a block up here and stand down here and put it on the bottom. But we don't have to worry about that. Instead, we can just circle it round, give it a bucket, give it a button, and then pick the water back up again, and there we go. And now we can, for the cost of 2 crystals instead of 3, summon the Ender Dragon. And this is why I strongly believe that Woot's configs should be changed to allow the Ender Dragon to be summoned with just 2 crystals. Because it's not difficult, it's not a challenge in any way, shape or form to summon dragons using 2 crystals. So the fact that Woot, which is supposed to be the way of automating this, costs more than doing it this way by a strong amount. Like, double the amount of crystals. That's a lot of extra just running Woot farms. And I believe this is our last crystal. No, do that, and there we go. That was the last crystal, and now we can just sniper shot the dragon. Dang it. I hate it when he flings me up in the air like that. How are you doing today, Salmix? And done. Got another epic shader for it. That's fine. Lucis Natura. Okay. And there we go. And then we can just pop around here, pick up all of that XP. For some reason, an Enderman died. Not sure why. Now, the XP seems to have been toned down significantly in this mod pack, or if it's just maybe in 1.7, I can't remember. But now, where'd you go today? We're going to look around, find the egg wherever it happens to have teleported to. Have you teleported down here today? Aha, you have. And as always, we dig out the 2 blocks underneath it and then put a torch down. We need a torch, that's fine. I thought I had a torch on me, but actually no, we can use the button, can't we? 99.9% sure we can pop the button down there and use the button instead. And then we break the block underneath it, it falls, hits the button, and pops out into the world. Yep, there we go. Thank you, button. I greatly appreciate your assistance. So there we go. Those are our Ender Dragon kills using 2 crystals. That's how you do it. Nice and easy, nice and simple. And yeah, I would really recommend... well, I'm going to really sort of poke at Electrified and see if I can convince him to swap down to 2 crystals for the root farm summoning of the Ender Dragon. BlizzCon sucked so much. Why did BlizzCon suck? And there we go. We've got a whole bunch of Draconium, which we're going to throw into here. I also tidied up my machine room, as you may have seen. I have tidied my machine room thoroughly. And when I put in all of the environmental tech... You have TikTok. Fair enough. When I put in all of the environmental tech stuff, I sorted out the engineering. Now, these are little compact machines I've created, each using 10 RTGs. So that produces 4,000 redstone flux per tick. And it's going through a HV capacitor that can transfer 4,000. Sfax or Riot. I don't know if my system could even run Sfax. So we'll take all of these just random blocks like granite, marble, diorite, and sand, sandstone, limestone. We want to keep the mica because the mica is important. Endstone, moss, dirt, podzol. We'll keep the grass and the mycelium, but all of this other stuff is just going to be in the way, filling up that chest. So I'm actually going to just trash it all in the trash can. And yes, I finally remembered that I have a trash can. I have to go. I have a great stream. Well, I might be... See you in the next stream. Okie dokie, Nathan. Thank you very much for popping in. So what we're looking for is we're looking for more of these erodium crystals. We're looking to get as many of these erodium crystals as we can. Hey, back, Sir-chan. So, let's have a look. Lots and lots of draconium being processed through. That's excellent. Because one of the things we need to do is get awakened cores. And to do that, we're going to need awakened draconium. And so we need to get to Wyvern tier fusion crafting. So we need a whole bunch of these draconic cores. Now what I have done is I've compressed a bunch of plates of gold. So we've got 256 gold plates at the moment. And I did, I believe, make some cores between. Yeah. So I've made a few cores between. So what we're going to need is we're going to need to make a bunch of these. Now these aren't that expensive actually. So what we can do is we can make 9 like that. And the other thing we need is we need the fusion core. Which again doesn't look that expensive. We just need to craft up the lapis lazuli blocks for it. To make ourselves a fusion core. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? There's the fusion core. So now we can pop you down and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then grab some conduit. And go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then we can put a power supply in the center. Now as the power supply, we're probably going to steal one of the power supplies from our woot farm. We're also probably going to switch our woot farm over onto making something else. Because at the moment our woot farm is making us wither skeletons. I'm probably going to switch it over onto making or killing off withers, because then we can have some... Basically, we can use some of the skulls we've been gathering. So let's have a look what we are skull-wise. There we go. So what I did was I gave the farm a bunch of, or two of the possible 3 beheading upgrades, and that increased our skull drop chance from, I think it was 4% up to 40%. So we are now a much higher chance of getting skulls from our farm, which is very important because the skulls is basically what we need. Wow, we have so many wither skeleton skulls now. I really wish I'd made those beheading upgrades earlier. They weren't particularly difficult to make. The beheading upgrades were actually pretty cheap and easy to make. And we've got another stack of skulls coming from the buffer as well. Wow. There are a lot of skulls. So one thing we need is a chest. Chest. Chest, 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 chest. And we're going to pop the chest down here, because this is going to be our thing. I wish each we had woot. Yeah. So we're going to say 3 stacks of skulls, and then 4 stacks of sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 stacks of skulls, 4 stacks of sand. 3 stacks of skulls, 4 stacks of sand. 3 stacks of skulls, 4 stacks of sand. And 3 stacks of skulls. And I can't quite get 4 stacks of sand in there, but that's fine. We'll have a few skulls left over in there. Hey, Envious, new camera angle. Is it new camera angle? Sort of. Yeah, sort of. Basically, the camera is attached to the top of my screen, so the camera angle is whatever my screen angle is. Yeah, there is a lot of backlogged items in the woot farm, isn't there? Okay, so we want to put these away, and we want to put the skulls away. But bones and wither dust can just go in the trash because we have so many of them. I like the FTB trash can. It does encourage like server friendly behavior. So skulls, skulls, there we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab the wither controller, which is Guardian, Wither Skeleton, Ender Dragon, Enderman, Creeper, Ghast, Wither. And we're going to pop the wither controller up on top of you, reform the block, and then it'll start making withers. Now it says it needs 5,000 RF a tick, but and these each produce 4,000. So this is producing 4,000, this is producing 4,000, and these each produce 400. So that technically, if we take one of these away, we should still have enough power to power this thing without it losing power. Yeah, looks like it. That's good. So if I pop you... Nope. Give me that back. If I pop you there, these guys should now be receiving power. Excellent. And I need to put this up 1 block because it's because of the way it works. So let's look at blocks and let's grab one of these basalt pillars, or pillar of biotites. There we go. So there we are. We have started that particular procedure, because we need to make a whole bunch of awakened draconium cores, which means we need to get up to wyvern tier crafting. And to get up to wyvern tier crafting, we need at least 9 of these. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. We need to make a whole bunch more draconic cores. But I tell you what, let's grab our draconium out of here, and we'll make ourselves a whole bunch more draconic cores. Ah, I'm out of ultimate control circuits. Can I make some more? I can make 6 more. What am I missing? I'm missing... I am missing basically everything. Okay. So let's grab some diamond and throw that in the enriching factory. And we'll also grab some iron and some redstone. Ooh, I'm quite low on redstone, aren't I? And we will go like this, and we will make ourselves some more of the base alloy. By the looks of it, we're going to need a lot of those alloys, but that's fine. I should have some redstone ores. Yes, I have some redstone ores. And I can process those through here just to get roughly sort of like 9 redstone a pop. No, don't. There we go. In the meantime, we can pop down to our mob farm and put our XP away using our XP rod. So yeah, we are in a pretty good position, all things considered. Now, environmental tech is the thing that's going to be a lot of AFKing. We're at the stage now where a lot of stuff is automated, but environmental tech is going to need a lot of AFKing because we just need so many of these crystals. To be honest, like if I do this, the coal, the lapis, some of the copper, some of the iron, can actually just get trashed because we don't need those resources and we just need space in the chest to make sure that we're getting more of those crystals. Install time torches. I don't have time torches, Razor. I wish I had time torches. Hi, Twitch, says Envious. See, Envious could be over on Twitch. Hi, YouTube, says Mathematicals. So, as far as Wyvern cores go, they're not particularly bad. The Awaken cores, again, not particularly bad. The fusion crafting requiring... Yeah, again, like we just need a whole bunch of these basic draconic cores, which means we need a whole bunch of ultimate control circuits. That's fine. So we're going to go 8 and 8. And we're going to throw these in. And then we need to get some reinforced obsidian. Which we have. Excellent. So, alloy. We're going to grab out the alloys that we have, just so that we can basically get a set on this, and the circuits that we have. So we're going to need some more of these basic control circuits. And for that we need redstone and osmium in a metallurgic infuser. I think we have a second infuser. We do have a second infuser. Excellent. So we can run this a little bit quicker. Do you get power there? I think you get power there. So we need osmium and redstone. Now what I'm actually going to do is I just noticed that I can actually enrich this redstone so that it's worth a lot more for the infusing process. So I'm definitely going to do that because that's going to save us a bunch of redstone. Basically going to times the amount of value that redstone has by 8. Not that we have to worry too much about having a bunch of redstone because, well, as you can see, we now have a bunch of redstone and we're getting redstone ore from our miners. So we're at the point where basically resources are completely infinite. Now the only thing we are limited on at the moment is power, but I'm going to be dealing with that as well. I'm going to be building an environmental tech solar array. And I'm going to be showing you a little trick that you can do to build an environmental tech solar array as well. So, redstone, and we need osmium. So let's grab 2 stacks of osmium and throw it into... how do I dump? How do I empty you? So with the cake flour from Britannia, does it have drawbacks? Not really. Like, the drawback is the amount of time and effort it takes to make cake in most things. I'm sure there's a way I can dump this carbon. Iron. This is an easy way to dump the carbon. As far as I'm aware, like, the only disadvantage to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The only disadvantage is the raw need for a massive bunch of cake. The Kakimurus, yes. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, the only disadvantage is the need for cake. Hey, Gerald Rock, welcome to the stream. Your face is boring. So there we go. That's gotten that out of the way. Then we can throw the osmium in along with that. And if we throw the iron in with 2 of you, well, along with a bunch of other iron, we can make a whole bunch of these alloys, because we're going to need a whole bunch of them. And we're making a whole bunch of control circuits, which is excellent. So we're just making our way through mechanisms, basic things, so that we can get the draconic stuff working. Where's your AE system? Here. There is no... Where is my dire wire? I don't have dire wire. Look at this. I have no... Where is my dire wire? Look at this. This is nice and neat and tidy. I have literally 0 dire wire going on in this base at the moment. Which is, for me, an absolute miracle, because I normally have a bunch of dire wire going on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And now, when we grab out all of these, what we should be able to do is upgrade these to these, nice and easily, and then upgrade these to these. That gets us 51. And then we'll just need a few more of you. Because we're going to need a bunch, absolute bunch, and then upgrade these to these. And that allows us to make our draconic cores. So, and ultimate control circuits, the gold plates are just plates in the pressing machine, and draconium. We've got 47 cores at the moment. That's not too bad. Now we do want to make a whole bunch more of these materials. We went from 600 to 1,600. So we're going to enrich some more of that. We've got some more elite circuits here. We're going to want to enrich some more diamond as well at some point. So let's just have a look how much iron we've got left in here. We've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to do laundry. Okie dokie. Enjoy your laundry making process. So, now that we've got a bunch of draconic cores, we can have a look at things like the draconic bow and things where we need a wyvern core. But we're going to need, to start off with, we're going to need 9 wyvern cores to get up to this. In fact, do we need 9? Yeah, we need 9 wyvern cores because we're going to need 9 wyvern tier ones of these. So let's start off with 9 wyvern cores. That shouldn't be impossible. 4, 8, 9. 9 wyvern cores. Okay. So we then need actually 18 draconic cores. So we need more draconic cores. What are we missing from the recipe? We are missing elite control circuits. There we go. So let's make another bunch of those. And then to upgrade these to wyvern tier, we need blocks of draconium and diamond. That doesn't look too bad. Diamonds and blocks of draconium. Use. Let's put you into a block form. So we need 9 of those. Okay, so if we go 9 here, and then 9 here, and 9 here, and then 9 of you, And then 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. And how many of these do we need? We need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now all we need to do is give it the basic fusion crafting. And they actually design this very well, because what you can do is you can always just cycle these into the center. Hey, Razor Edge Requiem, welcome to the stream and the SSD. Please try to process as much as you can while you're here. So while that is ticking away making that, what I can do is I can pop in here, and we need how much more? No, come on. Come out. So we need more redstone. And we also need some diamond. So we're going to throw a stack of iron and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in there. And that gives us a bunch more alloy. And then if we grab, say, 2 stacks of the alloy and some diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Once this is processed through, which shouldn't take long, we can do those. And there we go. We have our first Wyvern tier crafter. If I break you, I can put you down in its place, and I can give the... Where'd the 9 diamonds go? The 9 diamonds just vanished. Huh, okay. Note to self, take diamonds out before you do that. I don't think it's a massive problem, because we've got more diamonds than we need, but... so this pack is based around max production, but there's no auto-crafting. Oh no, there is auto-crafting. AE exists, auto-crafting exists. It's just that, like, there's plenty of automation. We've got applied logistics. We've got all the automation from Ender.io. We've got RF tools automation. We've got plenty of automation. It's just that for a lot of the cases, like, I don't need to automate this stuff. For a lot of cases, I don't need to do automation. One of the things, like, I like doing things manually in Minecraft. I'm not the kind of person who, like, I can. In Minecraft, if I was playing something like Enigmatic or something like that, where I needed 48 million of something. But in this, I've actually, and I say this to people all the time, if it's going to take me 20 hours to set something up, or it's going to take me 2 hours to set something up to automate something, why would I do that instead of spending 4 minutes just setting a chest of things to go? And boom, done. Are you planning on building something for the building competition, Droid? I'm not sure, Pi. I'm not sure. I'm not a very good builder, so... Right, but if it takes you 2 hours to automate it, but it takes you 5 minutes to fill 2 chests full of stuff, there's no point in automating it. There you go, there's 1,000 carrots. Do you want 1,000 carrots, Razor? Like, I can give you... Oh, 10,000 carrots. Oh, I can't quite give you 10,000 carrots. I've only got 6,000 of them. Like, as I said, like, for instance, this ore mining. This ore mining is completely automated. It doesn't need me. So this ore mining is automated. I'm just not auto-processing everything because, like, half of these ores I'm just going to end up throwing in the bin. Now, for instance, if I needed to make cake, if there was Botania in this pack and I was using the Kakimurus to make me power, then sure, I would automate the production of cake. But there's no point in automating stuff if it's going to take you longer to automate it than it is just to do it. Cool. Automating cake when you have the Kakimurus and things is well worth doing. And also, like, I could automate everything, but like I automate things when I go offline. A lot of the stuff like I have automated when I go offline. But look at, like, for instance, the Wither guy, the Wither killer, down here. This is automated and is producing me a bunch of nether stars. A whole bunch, like 51 is a lot of nether stars. But as I said, it requires 4 crystals to spawn the Ender Dragon. And I'm just far, far more interested in the idea of spawning the Ender Dragon for less than that. For 2 crystals. I have an automated Wither killer. It's called Woot. But if you want an automated Wither killer, I think the... I think Ender.io has a Wither killer, doesn't it? It has wither-proof blocks, and I'm pretty sure there is a way you can kill the Wither using Ender.io. So, let's go recipes. Uses. There we go, we've got 32 more, and we can use these to make another 32 draconic cores. I think we've got everything we need for that. What have we run out of? We have run out of gold plates. Oh! Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The industrial foregoing mob grinder kills with us. Ah. So you have a way of killing withers. This is my way of killing withers by the stack load. Now looting doesn't matter with withers because withers and dragons, because they always have a set percentage chance of dropping certain things. Can I do these with a hammer? I can do them with a hammer, so I'm probably going to do a bunch of them with a hammer anyway. Because I have a bunch of hammers and I'm streaming, so I want to do things the quick way. Okay, so then we have draconic cores, and we can just churn out a whole bunch of these guys. There's another 32 draconic cores for us, and at that point, what are we missing? We're missing circuits again. So that's fine. And we'll take these diamonds and swap this guy out. Why would I give a shout out to him, Flame Pros? Because I'm a teeny tiny channel with barely anyone watching. What would a shout out do? No, put the whole stack of diamonds in there. God dang it, it's being awkward again. But what would giving a shout out do, Flame? I have a tiny channel with barely anyone watching. He's not going to get any views from me shouting him out. He's never come on my channel. I would get him to... Why would that matter? Like, you're going to convince someone who doesn't watch my channel to subscribe to my channel because I said his name on stream. He's not going to watch. There's no point having a subscriber that doesn't watch. Like, I have 5,000 subscribers. They don't help me. Or 4,400 or whatever it is at the moment. Like, about 4,000 subscribers. It doesn't help to have 4,000 subscribers. So, why would I kind of basically beg for subscribers when they don't do, like, having those subscribers wouldn't do anything for me? Why do you only take one? It's weird. Whereas that will take a stack. He gave a shout out to my cat. Good for him. Like, the whole point of shout-outs was supposed to be to help streamers. Like, saying someone's name on stream isn't a shout-out. This is something I really wish people would frickin' understand. Saying someone's name on stream is not a shout-out. That's not what a shout-out is. Saying someone's name on stream is not a shout-out. Right? The whole shout-out thing pisses me off so much. I just... Like, People coming into your stream who've never been on your stream before, who don't know who you are, who don't care who you are. They don't give a crap about your stream. Coming on your stream going, oh, can I have a shout out? First off, you don't know what a shout out is or what it does. Secondly, why? Like, why do you want to shout out? You don't stream. You don't do anything that requires you to get shouted out. And also, you've literally just turned up on my stream. You don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. You don't care who I am. All you want to happen is you want someone to say that particular set of words on stream. The whole kind of people just turning up in your stream and going, oh, can I have a shout out? Or can I have a or things like that. That thing is exactly the same as people who have offensive names. And they turn up on stream just because they want to hear you say the offensive name. And it's exactly the same as the shout out culture. The whole kind of, oh, I want to shout out. Hey, Ender Guy. Welcome to the stream. You see, like, Ender Guy, like some people would say, oh, why'd you give Ender Guy a shout out? I didn't give Ender Guy a shout out. I just said his name because he's talking to me. Oh. Throw away all this ore because I don't care. And throw away all this ore because I don't care. So the next thing I do want to do is I want to want to look towards our power generation. Because at the moment, like base-wise, we've probably got in total probably about 30,000, 40,000 RF per tick being generated base-wide. And I do want to significantly increase that. Now, the way I'm going to do that is through environmental tech solar panels. So the solar panels from environmental tech, pretty easy to make the low tier ones. The higher tier ones, we're going to need those erodium crystals. Now, the low tier ones aren't really worth it. A low tier one, for the cost of making it, a low tier one isn't worth it. It takes a lot of resources to make even a low tier one. And the low tier one's only going to produce about 700 RF per tick. Hey, Kaz, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, Kaz? A low tier one is only going to produce about 700 RF per tick. However, when we start upgrading the tiers, it's going to start getting a lot more worth it. To the point where the high tier ones are going to be generating millions and millions of RF. Literally, I think the top tier one generates about 2.5 million RF per tick, which is insane. And we're not going to put it in this dimension where solar panels have the limit of the sun. We're actually going to put it in another dimension. So we now have our Wyvern tier crafting up though. And if we look at Draconic, Wyvern tier crafting allows us to get into the Awakened cores by making Awakened Draconium. And Awakened Draconium is 4 Draconium blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Draconic cores, and a Draconic heart. So, if we were to go 6, 6, 6 to start with, and Draconic hearts, 1, 2, 3, and then we were to make ourselves a bunch of Draconic blocks, 4, 4, 4. So now, we put these guys in here. We go you. So, and now we can start this crafting. It's going to take a long time to charge because each of these requires 350 million RF. Now we're generating 4,000 RF. We're generating 4,000 RF at the moment, so we're a little bit behind with the RF gen. So what we can do is we can start looking at environmental tech as a way of making power. So let's have a look at the solar array. We need lapis, we need a solar cell, and we need ironite. Now we can use any solar cell tool. We're going to start off with the litherite solar cells. And for that we need photovoltaic cells, which is fair enough. It's lapis and nether quartz. We're not going to have a problem with that, and I'm just going to make a whole bunch of those. Like so. So now we can make one of you and then another 9, because that's going to be our basic solar cell. And then we need 4 litherite blocks and 4 lapis blocks. That's not going to be a problem. So the litherite, by the way, the litherite is made out of cactus green, lime green, diamond, and flint. If we just combine some cactus green with some bone meal, we get lime green. And then if we just combine that with diamonds and flint and some more cactus green, we can make ourselves a bunch of litherite. Litherite, very cheap and easy to make. The other thing we need is lapis lazuli blocks. That's fine. And then we can make ourselves a solar array controller. Now if we get the assembler together, assembler, come here, we can pop the block down and we can left click it and it will tell us what we need. We need modifiers, we need 16 structure frames. So the structure frames, again, the structure frames have their own cost involved in them. And the tier 1 structure frames need interconnect, which is black concrete, and connectors. And we're missing connectors, which are redstone and iron. That's not a problem. Yeah, I know he's a kid. The only people who come on asking for shoutouts are kids. Usually just being pains in the backside. So then we just need some null modifiers. Now we could use piezo modifiers, but piezo modifiers provide additional power when it is raining, but we're not going to bother with that. Oops. Now, this thing not going to generate a lot of power for us. So I'm probably just going to pop it down just to show you guys what it does. So if we pop down the controller and we hold right click on the controller, and we make sure that it has the space to build. There we go. So this thing is now built, and if we get a capacitor out, I can show you what this generates. This thing is generating me about 549 redstone flux per tick. About 549 redstone flux per tick. Now, to upgrade this, we're going to need iridium. Because these things, once we get up to the next tier, we can put more solar arrays in. And the more of these solar arrays you have, the more power you're generating. But also, we can actually upgrade our solar arrays to a higher tier as well. We can upgrade them to iridium, to cryonite. So we need these crystals. And that's where we're at. We just need a whole bunch of these crystals. How are you doing, by the way? You're at 6% power. Nice. Hey, RSC Jester Gaming, welcome to the stream. So we need a whole bunch of those iridium crystals. And when I say a whole bunch, I mean a bunch of iridium crystals. That's why we've given this thing a iridium crystal. This is why we've given it a crystal laser lens. But it's still not producing us all that much crystal-wise. Now what we have done is we have given it a lens that will improve its crystal drop chance. So it's got the highest crystal drop chance of any of the things we've got at the moment. Oh yeah, I have to break these two. And then we can throw all of you in here. And I'm going to empty out this chest because basically I'm going to be swapping this round for a different thing. Because the resource miners don't get us crystal. And what we desperately, desperately want is crystal. That's all we want at the moment. I'm actually going to be making myself another ore miner, which just requires a block of diamond and a diode, which is glass, iron, and redstone. And then we can make ourselves another tier 1 ore miner. And we can throw it down here. There's more than enough power being generated. And then this thing, it's got a white laser. So we want to actually swap that around to a crystal laser. Well, actually, no, we can't do that. We need a clear laser. Because we can't do the crystal laser. Because we just don't have the resources to make it. Because it takes erodium crystals to make the crystal laser. We're going to pop out the white laser. Come on. I should be able to pop out the white crystal. If I wasn't having problems with it actually, allowing me to break blocks. I'm allowed to break that block. There we go. Oh, come on, I own this. I own this structure. Let me break it. Thank you. Occasionally you have to reset the ownership of a structure. Because when it's built, it doesn't actually pick up that it's owned by you. So there we go. We have now got 3 of these guys. This guy's going to be the most likely one to produce us crystal. But we've got these guys who are also a reasonable chance of producing us crystals. But we need, just to give you an idea, this is quite silly. Just to give you an idea, we need 9 of these to make a block. And we need 6 blocks to create a crystal lens. To create a crystal lens to give us a better chance of getting crystals. And we also need like 2 of these per tier 2 structure panel. So we need a ton of these. Now what we can do is we can get them with a crystal lens 11% chance or a 1% chance. It does go down to a 10% chance if we go up to tier 2, but then we have a chance of getting all the other crystals as well. But I think the best chance we've got is just basically leaving those running, and then in the next stream, I will have either those at tier 2, or I'll have at the very least have them all with crystal lenses. In the meantime, for our power limitation, we have got a little bit of power coming from this guy. Not a huge amount of power. 549. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be setting that up in the end once I have it to a higher level. I'm going to be setting that up in the end, and that will allow me to generate a lot more power because it won't be time sensitive. Now, other than that, the other thing we've been asked to do is make the atomic multiplier from calculator. So if we look up the atomic multiplier from calculator, what we need is an atomic assembly, which requires atomic modules, which requires tanzanite, and tanzanite we require an algorithmic separator for. So that shouldn't be too hard. So let's have a look at making ourselves an algorithmic separator. We need reinforced iron blocks, which I did make some reinforced iron, which is good. And we need stone separators, which requires us to make a bunch of these guys. So we need 2 stone separators, which is just reinforced stone, reinforced iron, and the batteries. And then we can make ourselves an algorithmic separator. And the algorithmic separator can get us tanzanite from lapis. So we'll throw these in. And calculator is one of these mods where it's all about manufacturing stuff using other stuff. So you throw something in. So for instance, if we throw gold ore into this, then we get enriched gold rather than gold. So it's kind of primitive and basic, but it works. So let's have a look how we're doing down here. Okay, we're slowly eating through the chest, and we've got another 57 nether stars. Excellent. Excellent. Now, we will have to kill off the dragon a few more times, and there's other things that we do need to kill off. So, hey, Tristan Gaming, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Tristan? So, I should probably upgrade to a better quality armor. There is also the environmental tech nano beacon. This thing down here, which acts like a beacon but allows you to have things like creative flight, saturation, luck, things like that, which might be worth getting in the near future. Might be worth setting up and running. Hey, Ferrum, welcome to the stream. But yeah, we definitely need more power gen. We do have our reactor, which we could set up. We could set up again because we are getting in a whole bunch of materials. What we could do is we could say be glass. Let's do a stack of them. We've got this guy who is one source of power. We can also set up a second source of power. Very simply. Just by running a casing around here. Because we're going to need to do a lot of draconium. And we are waiting for the environmental tech. Part of this mod pack is just setting things up so that they run when you're AFK. And that's one of the things. For the ore generation at the moment, which is generating us our crystals, I might set up a few Yaba barrels with void upgrades. So that I can just leave that running pretty much forever, basically. And not worry too much about it. We don't have to worry about lighting this area up for spawns. Because we have the... thing upgrade. We have the anti-spawn lamps in place. Let's just throw down a dirt block there for our door. That's not where we want our door to be. We want our door to be the other way around, like so. And then we can throw down a lever. Making a game that I'm really proud of. Cool. It's called Funked. Sounds interesting. And then if we pop you guys out, we can throw down the connectors and you. Casing wise, actually I will probably increase this thing in size. Just so that we've got more space in it. More space means more reactor cells, means more power output. I stripped this down because of where it was, and then I'm just rebuilding it in another random location. I did strip it down because I didn't want it where it was, and because I thought once we created our neutron fluid, we probably didn't need that much power gen. I was wrong. Obviously. And here we go. This is our reactor casing done. There we go. And now what we can do is we can start looking at setting up the coolant and things like that. So what we want to do is go you and you. Lapis, 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 lapis. Lapis, lapis. Lapis, lapis. You and you. Lapis, lapis, lapis. Lapis, lapis, lapis. And then we can go redstone, redstone. Tin, 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 tin. But we can also, if we want, pop reactor cores in here. Like that, just to make it a little bit more space. Because we can always always sort of spread these out if we need to in the end. And then if we go you, we can then throw lapis in around here. And throw lapis in around here. And then tin, redstone, and tin. And then we can go lapis, oh sorry, reactor, lapis, 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 redstone, redstone, oh, tin first, lapis, lapis, tin, tin, redstone, tin, lapis, lapis, tin, lapis, lapis, redstone, tin. And that is all of our reactor casings in. So now what we can do is we can actually go and grab a bunch of ore from in here as we look up what kind of ore have we got that we can use. We've got thorium. We've got nothing in there, and we've got in here, we've got a bunch of thorium. Lovely. Hey, biology believer, welcome to the stream. Do you truly believe in biology? We should be able to shred this down really very easy indeed. Hey Turtex, welcome to the stream. As far as nuclear craft goes, we actually have got a bunch of californium, which we can use to make that, and use to make this. So we've got a whole bunch of the basic californium fuels, which shouldn't be a problem. So the difference there is that's generating 116 heat and this is generating 120. So yeah, that's not going to be a problem heat-wise. And power-wise, that's generating, or should generate 4,000 redstone flux per tick. So lever. And then we go trans-dimensional receiver. And you are set up to send power, and you can come down here and receive power. Yep, so that should make that charge significantly faster. And if we just grab a conduit, chest, we can go always extract, always insert, always extract, always insert, and then we can just throw in some fuels. What other fuels can we make reasonably cheap? We should be able to make some of this one, which is 320 heat, but we should be fine for that. So we should be fine for 320 heat because we're only hitting a third of our heat production or heat use capabilities. So at nuclear craft, what other stuff have we got we can make into fuel? Pretty much nothing, to be fair. Like, we've used most of our fuel. We've got some curium, and we can do some of the higher tier curium fuels, I believe. Like so. We've got some curium fuels, but we've used up a lot of our fuels. Okay, so the HECM is the highest heat we've got. So let's just see what the HECM heat looks like. See if that does actually generate too much heat for us. Oh, and then we can see if that's actually going to be functional. So it should last for a couple of minutes, 3 minutes, and it is generating heat over time. So we are going to need to be careful with that. And that was up at 400. Have we got anything over 400? No. So yeah, we're going to want to set up a... set up some form of cooling. 1 second, actually. Cooler. Cool. Can we make a couple of empty casings? No, because we don't have the tough alloy for it. Dang it. I was hoping I could make a couple of empty casings and fit in some tin. So what I could do... because what you could do is you could put tin, like, here. Like that, and that would give you... what coolers do I have? Got a bunch of lapis coolers left, actually. So if I move you to here, I can go lapis cooler, lapis cooler, lapis cooler. Tin cooler. Lapis cooler, lapis cooler. So let's see. Okay, so that's a cooler there, and that's cooler there. So if we put these here, lapis, lapis, tin, tin, lapis, lapis, redstone, tin, lapis. So okay, we've gone from generating 600 to generating 200. It's not terrible. And we don't have the materials required to produce any more coolers. But I think at generating 200 heat per tick, I mean, we should be able to keep this going for 2 minutes without worrying about the heat level. So basically, we're not looking to produce fuels of over 400 heat gen. That's fine. So we've got some americium we can use. What are you? You're a base heat gen of 94, you're a base heat gen of 500. So yeah, we can't really use the 500 heat gen. Oh, do we not have enough of that americium? I see. We've got some low-powered americium fuel, that's fine. So now it is literally just a waiting game. We can set some more things to process. So if we grab 32 of you and 4 stacks of iron. One, two, three, 4, and just set those up to process as alloy. But now, literally, we are at a case where we are just waiting for things. We're waiting for our environmental tech to dig us up crystals. Which it is doing slowly. At least the one that has the crystal lens is doing it slowly. The other ones are doing it painfully slowly. And we are creating draconium, but that's going to take ages. We're creating alloy, we're creating tanzanite. So the atomic, yes, this guy. For this, we need these atomic modules, which we required diamond and tanzanite for, so we got the tanzanite out. Blue-rimmed stable stone requires lapis lazuli stone, which requires stable stone. Stable stone being reinforced stone brick, reinforced stone being wood and stone. So, wood and stone makes this, and then I think this accepts any stable stone. Okay, so the atomic assembly, super easy. We just need to make some advanced assemblies, which are enriched iron and enriched gold. Again, not difficult. That was super easy. So the calculator plugs require energy modules, which require power cubes and purified coal, which is enriched coal and enriched gold, which is coal and redstone. So if we get a calculator out, it's really easy to make, it's just made out of buttons. So we need coal and redstone. We need enriched gold. And I think we need some reinforced iron, don't we? Because what we want to do is do calculator, U plus U equals U. And then if we look up uses of this in the scientific calculator, we need to grab our other calculator out here, which again, these guys are super easy to make. Hey, Tonster, welcome to the stream and the SSD. Hey, Kitty. Ah, Kitty Heartbutt. Welcome to the stream, Heartbutt. So if we then add this, and we just do like 16 of this, 16 enriched coal for now. You can automate these. There's a special stand you can use to automate the calculators. And then we need the power cubes. How are you today, Kitty? Have you managed to get any tuna? Have you got tuna? Kitty should always be given tuna. So this is just advanced assembly, stable stone, and redstone ingots, which is iron and redstone. Of course it's iron and redstone. Why wouldn't it be iron and redstone? Because absolutely everything in this mod pack is iron and redstone. Actually, no. Quite a lot of this mod pack is iron and is redstone and other stuff. But if we go iron and redstone... Nope, it's in the scientific calculator. Redstone, iron, lovely. And then we can make our calculator plugs. If we make some more calculator assemblies. So there's a lot of microcrafting involved in calculator, but it's not too bad. Basically, this is one of the like end stage things of calculator. And then we need a fabrication chamber, which needs a storage chamber, which is reinforced iron and a reinforced chest. Can we make a reinforced chest? Can we make enough? We need more reinforced iron. Reinforced iron is iron ore through the stone separator. Let's grab a stack of iron ore and throw that in the stone separator, and that will get us reinforced iron. So yeah, like as far as I've also upgraded to a wireless charger, by the way, so all of my stuff is going to remain charged all the time. We're up to 60% on our first 4 blocks of Awakened Draconium. What are we going to spend them on? What are we going to spend them on? Yeah, even with this generator drawing in power and producing power for us, it's going to take a while. Which is why we want to get this up to the tier where it's going to be producing 1,000,000 RF per tick. The Bot Droid Lord. Hey, Sir Grumples, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, Sir Grumples? How are you today? I hope you are well. Hamster power! Gimme. Need more power. So yeah, we are now, it's just a case of that's generating, the environmental tech is generating. I have the day off and it feels weird. I'm not surprised that feels weird. I always felt weird when I had days off from when I was working like really long, heavy weeks at the supported housing complex before I became a carer. Having time off was just like, wait, what? What is this? What do I do with my time? So let's have a look how much Erodium we have now. We've got 20, so we are a third of the way to another crystal lens. Oof. That's That's painful. A third of the way to another crystal lens. Let's grab all of our speed upgrades and we'll just reprocess this. Hey, Lizzie, welcome to the stream. So we are just creating some power via the reactor at the moment. We're creating some power via our RTGs. First time I've had 2 days off in a row that weren't scheduled vacay in 10 years. Ah, bro, crikey. Why have you got 2 days off in a row that weren't scheduled? So let's make 4 blocks of that, and then we should be able to make ourselves the reinforced chest. Then we need 2 more blocks. And what we need for this is we actually need another kind of calculator. We need the atomic calculator, which is this guy. So we're going to need to make another atomic assembly. And we are going to need to make... We've got the screens, we've got the reinforced stone. We should have everything we need for that. There we go. We have an atomic calculator. Lovely. You can just pop between here for now. And we're going to go reinforced, reinforced, and that. And this gives us a storage chamber. The storage chamber is used for storing different types of circuit board, as far as I'm aware. It's actually very cool that they give you this custom thing. Can't sit on post and the bosses are not down for overtime on busy work. Ah, I see. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, the last thing we need is the end diamond. What do we need for an end diamond? We need atomic calculator, end stone, obsidian, and an electric diamond. An electric diamond requires a conductor mass and a fire diamond. A fire diamond requires a atomic calculator, 2 diamonds, and a blaze rod. Okay. 2 diamonds and a blaze rod. Those are nice and cheap and easy to do. Diamond, diamond, and blaze rod. So there's our fire gem, and then we need to put this guy in a conductor mast. So we need 2 energy modules. That's not hard. We need to make 2 of you. And then we need to put you into the scientific calculator with purified coal. And then we should be able to make a conductor mast, which is fire diamond and 2 energy modules. Not bad. So you like so. Always the damn bureaucracy. Like, the thing is, the whole licensing thing is a pain in the backside, but personally, I much preferred working in security with licensed people rather than those situations where you were working in kind of places that weren't really, like, it was security work, but it wasn't official security work, so you could get away without being licensed. That always, it just felt really, really unpleasant being working in those environments. And now we need it to rain. Can we make a weather obelisk? I mean, if you remember, like, I don't know if any of you guys, well, a lot of the people watching almost certainly won't remember, but there was a point, you're going to build the best wall. There was a point where, basically, there wasn't really any licensing for, people who wanted to work in security, and I remember just like the days of bouncers literally just like throwing people down sets of stairs because the person pissed them off. Like the days of bouncers being really, really bad. Are you going to build the best wall? No. Even like, strangely enough, even like quite recently, even quite recently, like when I was working in supported housing, I remember people coming to the supported housing complex after having been out of the clubs, and these were the guys who were in supported housing. They weren't the best. They weren't the best examples of pure human beings with nothing, with no kind of like bad side to them. But like one of the guys who was quite reasonable and had eyesight problems and he wasn't an unpleasant person to spend time with, and he wasn't aggressive or anything like that. Coming back with his face split open because one of the bouncers basically decided that he didn't want him in the club and threw him out. A guy who's essentially nearly blind threw him out into the street straight into a lamppost. It's like, might have been accidental, but I know enough about bouncers to know that the guy probably aimed for the lamppost. When is Argus Limited going to go public? So then we need to give it the fluid that we need to make rain. Now, I believe the fluid we need to make rain is the cloud seed. So what do we need to make cloud seed? Cloud seed in a bucket. Cloud seed in a bucket is made in the vat. It's made with silver and ice and water. Okay, that's not a problem. What is the best combination? Silver is 3.5, silver dust 3.5, clay is 0.5, clay block is 2, salt is 2.5. So silver is the best in that one. And in this side, it's... Ice, 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 ice. Yeah, it looks like it's ice in the other side. So we do have vats. One of them has stuff in it, but I don't know which one it is, so we're going to pull all the vats out. This one has nothing in it, that's fine. And we have an infinite water block, courtesy of nuclear craft, so we're going to pop you down there. And oh, this has an input tank full of hooch. Dump tank, void tank. There we go. Don't care about the hooch. Capacitor, we're going to give it an octadic capacitor because we have some spare. And then we're going to grab silver, which we do have some silver dust, and some ice, which we should have spare. We've got 16 cracked ice spare. And there we go. We can make ourselves some cloud seed. And cloud seed is used in the weather to make it rain, which is what we need because we need lightning strikes. What does concentrated cloud seed do? Oh, we need concentrated cloud seed. How do we make that? Electrum grit or clay. And literally nothing. Okay, so electrum grit and cloud seed in a vat. Okay. Grab another vat. And what we'll do is we'll get rid of you temporarily and put a vat down there. So we need... What have you got in you? You've got nothing. Excellent. So capacitor into you, and then you are going to output over here. Excellent. And then we need to give it electrum grit. Now I don't know if we have any electrum grit. We have some electrum, so we can make electrum grit in our manufacturer. And we can also make some more thorium. So we can start making some more TBU fuels, but yeah, plenty of electrum grit, and we can throw you in there, and that will make us some concentrated cloud seed. And it is 3,500 to... Okay, so we are now getting cloud seed. So if we get a tank, we've got an empty tank here. We can now put cloud seed into our launcher. And we need to give it rockets. Just basic firework rockets. The basic firework rockets are Wait, what? Wait, what? I can't make rockets. I've made cloud seed, but I can't make rockets because all of these require us to have rockets, and there is no crafting. Oh well, we were getting lightning strikes anyway. By random chance, we were getting lightning strikes. Actually, does that man? Can we output power from this thing? Got 20,000 RF per tick. I wonder. So that's mildly frustrating, but well, I thought we would be able to do that, but we are getting lightning strikes every now and then. So that inputs power. Can we have it output power? We can have it output power. So actually, these things are pretty cheap to make. These conductor masts. They get lightning strikes even when there is no rain. That's another source of just random little bits of power every now and then. Interesting. Oh, almost finished charging. Sorry about that. So we then need to make these into end diamonds, which require end stone and obsidian. Not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make 4 end diamonds because I know end diamonds have other uses. 2, 3, 4. And in our atomic calculator, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 4. And there we go. 4 end diamonds. And end diamonds can be used to make end diamond weapons and things. The end diamond sword, I think, is actually pretty dang powerful. Yeah, 20 damage. Bearing in mind that this thing at the moment is doing 17. It's doing 12 plus 5. So 20 damage from an end diamond sword is actually really very kind of scary. The flawless calculator and then this guy, and the flawless calculator can use it to make a diamond sapling. However, what we can do now is if we go to atomic, the atomic multiplier can be completed. No? Did I not complete the fabrication chamber? Sure, I just completed the fabrication chamber. There we go. And what am I missing? I'm missing atomic assemblies. I'm sure I made enough of these, but okay. We'll make some more atomic assemblies. And there we go. We now have the quest, and it wants us to submit one, but we've got enough to make another one. Hey, Sour Roseblade, welcome to the stream. I'm pretty good today. How are you? So there we go. We have got another... we have got another one of those complete. So there is another quest complete. This one is just going to take a bunch of time. But now we have Awakened Draconium, which is great because we can use Awakened Draconium to make things. We could use the Awakened Draconium to start down the realm of the Draconic Reactor. So the Draconic Reactor, which is... Actually, no, we can't because we need the Chaos Core. But we do have a generator. The Draconic Evolutions generator. I wonder... how much power do you actually make and what is your fuel? If I give you blocks of coal... Okay, you produce quite a lot of power in exchange for blocks of coal. I have a lot of coal. I have a lot of coal. Are you just not outputting? Is that the problem? capacitor. So are you just gonna output automatically? If I come around here and tell you to input here. Okay, so you're not going to output automatically. So how do we pull the power out of you? Is there a wrench in Draconic Evolution? There's a crystal binder. The question is... I think you put output power at the back. No? You're not going to output power. How do I get you to output power? Draconic Evolution's generator. Generates energy at a rate of 90 redstone flux per tick. The block features an internal buffer of 100 million when the power generator has nowhere to go. So how do I connect it to anything? Do I have to make the basic energy crystals? If so, that doesn't look too bad. So let's make a Wyvern energy core, which requires 4 blocks of redstone, but that's fine. So we make a Wyvern energy core. And then we make a basic crystal. And then we can turn one of the basic crystals into 2 of those. And then we need a crystal binding tool, which is this guy, which isn't hard to make at all. So now... so that does. So we have to output to one of those crystals. I see. So if I do... I wish there was a way to easily reset the sides. And then if I put you here and bind these 2 crystals together, so we just temporarily get rid of the output. Where is all that power going? Because you are generating power, and you are linked to here. So this thing has a ton of RF in it, but it doesn't want to output RF to this. So yeah, you've got 4 million RF in you. The question is, how do I actually, use that RF? Oh, and that just destroys it. Okay. Righto. So if I put you here, and I link you to you, do you just... do I have to link you to this? No. Because you're full of power. Input, output mode. Output. I'm not sure how I even break these things without destroying them, but that's in output mode now. And this is in input mode. So this should be outputting energy, but it's not. It's just slowly filling itself with energy. Okay. I I'm not really sure how to use these basic draconic energy crystals. That's embarrassing. I shall definitely have to look this up between streams. Because I'm lost. I'm lost. This game has officially lost me. So let's have a quick look to see if the crystals down here are being produced reasonably quickly. We've got enough crystals maybe to make another crystal lens. No, nowhere near enough crystals to make another crystal lens, of course. We've got less than 3 of the 6 blocks we need to make the crystal lens. Okay. Mildly frustrating, but that's fine. So what I will probably do is, I've shown how to do a dragon using 2 crystals. I've shown you the basic setup that we're going to be using for environmental tech, and now it is literally just a waiting game. I completed the atomic calculator, and now we are literally just waiting. Crystals can output to a battery. Hey, Ranesh. And again, that just... Oh no, we got it. We got it. That's good. So, you're on output mode. So... Oh, there we go. It is actually outputting to a battery now. Ah, you can link the power directly to the 9 item holders. Okay. That's fine. For now, this is fine. It's getting in and out an equal amount. So that should run that a lot faster. But I say a lot faster, we're not producing that much additional power. But yeah, like, power generation is one of the things that's going to be limiting us until we get enough crystals to build a higher level solar panel. As I said, I'm going to be setting it in the end, because solar panels set up in the end are going to be basically free of a lot of the frustrations of the sun coming and going. Because some people don't know this, but in the end dimension, it is always daytime. There is no day and night cycle, and so for modded items that check for a day and night cycle, like solar panels, it is always classified as daytime in the end. So we're going to actually use transdimensional receivers and solar panels to produce a lot of the power. We just need to get enough of those crystals, and that is literally just a waiting game. That is literally just having these areas chunk loaded, which they are, and then just sitting and waiting for these machines. Now what I'll probably do, as I said, is I'm probably going to set up a Yabba barrel system very quickly. So we've got Yabba barrels. We can make some more Yabba barrels. And then the other thing we want to do is make some of these upgrades and then make them into void upgrades. Like so. So if we go roughly centralized here, we can go yabba 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 yabba. Waiting for things is boring. It can be very. And then yabba 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 yabba. Oop. Not back there. Come on. Thank you. Yabba yabba. And then we can go upgrade all of you with these upgrades. Just double check over all of them to make sure they've all got void upgrades. They have. And then we want a Yabba controller. One of you guys. Excellent. And conduits. A bunch of item conduits. Now, what I'm going to do is come over here and grab the ores. from in here. And then go, let's see, we have iron ore and lithium ore, thorium ore, boron ore, magnesium ore, nether quartz ore, redstone ore, and gold ore, silver ore, copper ore, tin ore, resonating ore, apatite ore, bauxite ore, draconium ore, nickel ore, oh that was uranium, draconium, lead, osmium, and what have we got? We've got still got more, so we need more barrels. So let's go yabba yabba yabba, 4 more, and I'm going to grab 2 more of you. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Certus quartz, charged Certus quartz, and dimensional shards. And then if we right click on, nope, we can't right click on you. Let's just quickly run through all of this to make sure all of this goes put away in the appropriate drawers. And then what have we got left? We've got lapis. You are not actually there. We've got diamond, emerald, glowstone, and coal. We need another 4 barrels. 1, 2, 3, 4. And another 4 upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. And then we can just yabba dabba do. Yep, yabba barrel do. We can then just connect all of these in. So upgrade, 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 and upgrade. And diamond ore. Lovely. And then we can just throw this guy on here. Like so. Extract, always active. And you are going to get the insert command. Insert. And then run these along here. And do extract, always active. And run you along here. And do extract, always active. And actually we need a couple more yabba barrels. At the moment, 3 more yabba barrels. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we are going to go crystal. So Lonsdite crystals, rhodium crystals, and Lonsdale crystals. So litherite. Oops, litherite already went in there. Litherite, rhodium, and Lonsdale. There we go. Now all of these should empty themselves out into the storage over time, and that's going to mean these things can run indefinitely. Between these things they're using about 3,000 power, and this thing's generating 4,000, so that's fine. Doesn't have to worry about that. And I believe I've connected all 3 of them, yes? Yeah, I've connected all 3 of them into the system. Excellent. Speed. Let's see if we can give ourselves a couple of speed upgrades. Not that they really need speed upgrades, but... No, I can't, because I don't have the required materials. Fair enough. So these are just going to be generating, and this is the only thing we really want. We want these rhodium crystals. So this has got a crystal lens, and these 2 have got clear lenses. I'll probably upgrade these 2 to crystal lenses before I bother going any further into environmental tech. In the meantime, we've got this guy who is going to be able to generate us a decent amount of power for very little cost. And the other thing I can actually do is I can grab all of the ores out of here that I've been storing in here, which is kind of, these are kind of taking up space in my system upstairs. And I can actually just throw them down into this system. Just throw them into this chest. Make sure I leave a little bit of space in the chest, but yeah, throw them into that chest. And then ore, because we've got lots and lots of these ores that I don't actually care that much about, like keeping, like I don't mind if these things overflow into the barrels. Magnesium ore? Magnesium ore. There we go, and nickel ore. Nickel ore is there. I really don't care if these ores overflow, because as you can see, like, just from the fact that I've got these ores sitting in the system, I'm not actually using a lot of these ores. I've actually reached the point now where I'm kind of beyond using a lot of these ores. Osmium is... Where is osmium? Osmium. And then tin is going to be U. And then we've got deep resonance and redstone. And then we've got the nether deep resonance, which I don't think we're mining up from that system, so I'm not going to put it in the system because I don't think we actually have a barrel for it. But all of these ores that have been clogging upstairs, and we've got two different kinds of uranium as well. Ooh. Which uranium are we getting, and can we... So we're getting the other kind of uranium, and we can't actually stack it. That's fine. I don't mind if we're getting, again, like uranium, not a big deal. In fact, we can just turn you into ground up uranium and then process you through our isotope separator. A little bit more reinforced iron for us. Lovely. And we've made a whole bunch of dense concentrated cloud seed, which we can't use because we can't make in rockets. Okay, so this looks pretty good to me. So what I will do is I will say, let's have a little look and see if there's anyone we can raid, because I don't know how many people are watching at the moment. We only have 3 viewers at the moment, but let's see if there's anyone we can raid, shall we? With my my 3 viewers. Don't look at viewer count. Okay, well, we're going to raid one of the small people because I like the small people and I like to support the small people. We've got a guy who is playing... Oh, we've got a guy building a guardian farm. So let's go and pester this guy who's building a guardian farm, shall we? If you are in the... chat, please feel free to join us on the raid. If you are on YouTube as well, it's the guy we're raiding is https twitch.tv/provthar. So if you are on YouTube and you want to join us on the raid, please feel free to jump across. As I always say, with raids, don't just join the raid and then do nothing. Join the raid, say something in chat, poke him, pester him, tell a joke, take the mickey out of him, ask him what he's doing, say something in chat, because the difference between streaming without anyone talking in chat and streaming with someone and talking in chat is the difference between night and day. It's the difference between getting to the end of the stream and feeling like crap and getting to the end of the stream and thinking like, oh, I had people watching, I had people chatting. So say something in chat when we go and raid. This has been Mass Production, which is a mod pack by Electrofried. This is on the official mod pack server, so you are welcome to come and join us on the server if you download the mod pack. And it's a good, fun little game. It's the quests are very, very simple, but they're based on you figuring out what you want to do and how you want to do things. So thanks very much for watching. We're going to go and raid Mr. Prothvar. So BSO7 salute, and off we go. Bye-zy-bye, everybody.